In this video, you'll discover a basic understanding as to how your immune system protects you on a daily basis. Your body's constantly under attack 24/7. There's all these foreign invaders that are constantly coming in trying to beat you up and make you sick, but the good news is that you have something called an immune system. Now, as of lately, we've been talking about the immune system quite a bit simply because the coronavirus is out there and a lot of people are trying to stay healthy. And one of the messages I keep spreading is you need to focus on boosting your immune system. But many people are asking now, what the heck is the immune system in the first place? So what we're going to do is talk about the immune system and break it down into simple terms as to what that is and how it functions in your body. So stick around to the end. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Zarowski and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join our notification community. And I'm going to help you excel your health and your life. Let's go ahead and break this down into very simple terms. So when we look at your immune system, we have your innate immune system and your adaptive immune system. Now, your innate immune system is basically going to be the immune system that you're born with. This immune system is fast acting and ready to fight foreign invaders at all times. Okay, so like I said, this is something you're born with. It's ready to go. Now, your adaptive immune system is a part of your immune system that essentially is going to constantly evolve throughout your life. Now, if you think of viruses, they're constantly changing and transforming, and every year there's different flu strains. Now, with those different strains, your immune system has to adapt with it. That is your adaptive immune system. That's exactly what it's doing. And your adaptive immune system, when it comes across these different viruses and these foreign invaders, it remembers them so that the next time that these foreign invaders come in for the attack, it's able to lead a charge against them more efficiently, more effectively, and quickly. And so that's your adaptive immune system in a nutshell. Now, let's talk about some different components of your immune system, how it works, okay? We have your antibodies. Your antibodies are going to be produced by your lymphocyte B cells. These B cells are having these antibodies on them and they go around and they look for antigens. Antigens are going to be foreign invaders. A foreign invader might be the flu virus. A foreign invader may be some sort of bacterial infection. And so they go around looking for these foreign invaders. Now, once the antibodies find these antigens, they are going to attach to them. And when they attach to them, they'll either neutralize them, kill them off, or they'll tag them so that your body can lead a good war against them and fight them off. And we'll talk about in just a second the actual cells that are going and waging war in your body against all the foreign invaders. Now, there's also the complement system, which is a special set of proteins that supports the antibodies. Now, there's the white blood cells. Now, the white blood cells are basically the army that goes in and kills off these foreign invaders. Of the white blood cells, there's many different types of them. There's going to be the natural killer cells, there's going to be the T cells, there's going to be the B cells. There's many to break it down to, but the big thing that we need to know is that these are going to be the cells that really focus on keeping you healthy. These white blood cells, they are going to be produced by the bone marrow, and then the white blood cells are going to play a huge part in the lymph system in keeping you healthy as well. Let's move on to the lymph system because that's a pretty interesting one. I mean, you think about it. When you get sick, what happens? Your lymph nodes start to swell up. On the back of your head, you get your occipital lymph nodes that swell up, some right here in the front of your neck, and that's a good indicator when you start getting some of those sore spots that you're either getting sick or maybe you already are sick. Sometimes I'll tell people, I say, are you sick right now? And they'll say, well, no, I'm fine. I said, okay, well, you got something going on. Your lymph nodes are swollen. You're going to get sick most likely. So you need to focus on, boosting up your different vitamins that are going to support this immune system process. So your lymph system is going to have your lymph nodes, which is going to basically try to capture some of these bad foreign invaders. You're going to have your lymph vessels and you're going to have your lymphocytes, which are going to be the cells that are going to help fight foreign invaders. That's your lymph system in a nutshell. You're going to have your spleen, which is going to basically go and monitor the blood, removing microbes, and make sure that you're producing lymphocytes and some of these antibodies in a good, healthy manner. Your bone marrow is producing these white blood cells, which is the main part of your immune system. So that's why bone marrow is so important for your overall immune health. And then you're going to have your thymus, which produces your T cells and also just works in order to help monitor different foreign invaders, making sure if there's something there, it's letting the whole immune system know we need to act fast on this. Okay, so in a nutshell, I know that some of this can be a little bit complicated, but I'm trying to make it very simplified so that you can truly understand your immune system. When I say if you are getting sick, you need to boost your immune system, you're focusing on boosting up this whole process. What I want to do is talk about a few different ways or basically the way in which your immune system reacts when you are faced with a virus, the flu, bacterial infection, whatever. Now, first it's going to go through a process called recognition. Recognition is going to be where your immune system tries to identify self versus not self. Okay, so what we don't want is our immune system attacking our body. And this happens in many people. Autoimmune diseases, that's what this is. Your immune system actually attacking you as an individual, which is not good. You want your immune system to attack foreign invaders, but you don't want it to attack you. And this can be very devastating if this spirals out of control. So recognition, you have to recognize the antigen, the invader, and also make sure that the immune system is not attacking self. Next is going to be activation. Once your immune system recognizes that invader, activation is set forth. The white blood cells, they're going in for the kill. They are working on, just destroying anything that is there to take you down. And so there's that activation process. Next is regulation. Okay, regulation is important because an immune response that goes out of control can be devastating. Okay, that's where we talk about things where people who are going through the coronavirus, they get this storm of inflammation to the lungs that actually is damaging. And so regulation is very important. We don't want an immune response that is just blown way out of proportion, but we also want to make sure that we have a proper one that is, of course, identifying the foreign invader, making sure that it's killed. Like, we need that whole regulatory process to be well in check. So regulation is very important. And then resolution. Resolution is also incredibly important. So this is like the last step of the immune response. This resolution process basically means, well, we found the invader, we killed it, job's done, okay? Shut down the inflammation, because we don't want a chronic inflammatory issue coming from this. Shut down the inflammation. The whole gig's over with. And so the other important thing that we have to get from resolution is white blood cells. They go and they basically just die off. And then some of them are spared. In those white blood cells that are spared, these are our memory cells that are going in and remembering what happened here. They remember that foreign invader. And that way, the next time, as I mentioned before in the conversation about the adaptive immune system, when that foreign invader strikes again, the immune system knows it's coming, it knows what it is, it knows how to react, it knows how to kill it, and it acts very fast. So that's why those memory cells are so important. And then, of course, like I said, it's the shutting down of the whole process in the resolution phase that's incredibly important. Now, an example of two different immune responses, and I think that this is important because a lot of people will go and think of these different immune responses as something very negative. So a fever is an example of an immune response that is actually a healthy response. And this fever is actually good because it's going to speed up cell metabolism, and it also is going to create an environment in the body that is not suitable for a foreign invader. And so fevers are very good. Of course, controlled fevers, right? Regulated fevers. We don't want a fever that just goes out of control and you're getting so hot that you're actually getting to the point where you're having seizures. We do not want that. That is not controlled. That is not healthy. But a controlled fever is actually good. A lot of times what people do is they get a fever and they try to kill it off. They'll try to take Tylenol. They'll try to just do anything they can do in order to make that fever go away. But the truth is, you got to let the fever run its course in order to do its job, because it's actually doing something that is very beneficial to the body, going and killing off that foreign invader, speeding up cell metabolism. It is a natural immune response, and it's actually a very healthy response, because if you didn't have the fever, then you may actually have a bigger problem. Now, by the way, if you want to learn more ways to boost your immune system, go ahead and check out this video right here where I talk about different nutrients you can take in order to drastically improve your immune system function. Now, next thing I want to talk about right here is going to be inflammation. Inflammation is also a very healthy immune response that many people think to be a negative thing. Now, when we think of inflammation, we're thinking of inflammation in the way that many people have chronic inflammation that's leading to disease, right? Heart disease, cancer, that's a chronic inflammatory issue. Now, inflammation in general, when we have a foreign invader, can actually be a very healthy thing. As a matter of fact, that's how the body is supposed to function. Now, if it's a regulated immune response and it's also a resolved immune response, that's a healthy one. If it's an immune response that is not regulated or resolved, it can be very unhealthy. So inflammation, fevers, there's many healthy immune responses out there that many people perceive to be bad when in fact they're good. But in a nutshell, this is how the immune system works, okay? So when we're working to take different nutrients, to take different vitamins, we are working to boost the natural process that is occurring 24/7 in our body to keep us alive, keep us healthy, and keep us functioning well. So we want to make sure that we use different natural ways. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Eating healthy is great. Exercising is great for boosting your immune system. Taking different nutrients, which we'll go ahead and talk more about. I'll put links in the description below here, different nutrients you can take in order to boost your immune system. I've done a lot of videos on those, so watch those videos. So the last thing is be sure to share this video with your friends so that they can understand natural immunity, and then check out this video over here on the top foods you can eat to boost your immune system today. Many people are suffering from immune conditions. Many people are suffering from gut conditions. They're so correlated, you can't separate them apart. If you want to have a good, healthy immune system, you have to have a good, healthy gut.